This week on Rescue Vet, it's all about muzzles.
Do you know, I like as well that it's a fluorescent muzzle. It kind of makes it a bit fun, a bit less ominous.
As I learn the sad reality of the stigma surrounding muzzle-wearing dogs.
And we actually did have people that came up to us and said that dog shouldn't be out, keep that dog away.
It's heartbreaking, isn't
it?
And I tap into my creative side, becoming a dog wear designer for the day.
Pressure. I also feel I'm going to be judged by all these girls that put these, they put the muzzles together all day and they're going to go, that's awful.
Meeting an inspirational company who put rescue dogs at the heart of everything they do.
This work is meaning that more dogs have the chance to be finding their forever homes. I'm Dr. Scott, and this is Rescue Vet.
A few months ago, my daughter Quinn and I had the best time volunteering at the Dogs Trust in Evesham, where we met two brilliant dogs who were both long-stay residents, being overlooked by potential adopters.
Who is he?
Oh my gosh, he's a handsome boy, isn't he? Hello, buddy. Hello, mate.
Hello.
His name is Brogue.
Oh, you're showing us your toy.
Oh, look.
But we do struggle to rehome larger dogs like Brogue at the moment because the cost of living, it is far more expensive for people to have a larger breed. So we do find that the larger dogs stay with us for a lot longer than smaller dogs do. So we are crying out for sort of like people to take on large breeds and foster homes as well. Just the meeting new people, getting used to the TV, getting used to a sofa massively helps the transition to a forever home. So
yeah, it's hard, isn't it? When you're running a shelter, you need to have kennels, but actually it's not the best place for them because it's not like a home environment.
Yeah, and we make it as homely as possible, but a kennel is unfortunately still a kennel. So we can't have them out 24/7 like we would love to. They are only out for sort of a couple of hours every day, so it's not the same as you even sitting at home with your dog on the sofa for 5 hours at night. It's not the same. So yeah.
Does Brogue have any like home history, like getting sent to foster home?
He does. He's a little bit worried of kind of meeting new people and wants a quieter home. Even like sort of bringing the toy over is kind of his way of like essentially, you know, when you're feeling a bit awkward and you get your phone out and you start messing with your phone because you don't really know what to do. That's what he's doing at the moment. So he's not really sure how to interact with you two. So he's gone, I'll bring this over so I've got something to distract myself with. So we call it a displacement behaviour. So you imagine he probably would do that a lot in a home. And it's just, we require adult-only homes for some of our dogs just so that they can read those
cues. Well, it's education, which is key to avoiding aggressive interactions. You know, when we don't read our dogs, that's when they get stressed and bad things can happen, right? But he's obviously a beautiful, gentle soul. He just has
just
maybe
very
been,
sensitive.
and maybe a bit misunderstood in the past.
Yeah, and just needs somebody to give him that chance to go to a home and settle.
Yeah.
Excitingly, it's Brogue's playtime. So whilst Quinn is meeting another of Evesham's residents, I've jumped at the chance to join Amber and Brogue in one of the many play areas they have on site.
This is a dog that you've noted being just a little bit nervous with some people. So that makes his rehoming journey that little bit more difficult.
Definitely. And then he also does wear his muzzle because he has been known to sort of be really unsure about people out and about. So not people in his home, but people out in the big wide world. So he'd probably be looking for a bit of a quieter area to live in. Yeah,
just maybe more experienced dog owners. I don't think he's definitely not a first dog.
No.
Is he?
Yeah.
No. And I can see that he's already pretty calm in my presence, isn't he?
He's being a really good boy.
Wagging his tail, and also his tail's up and his ears are down, so sign of a pretty calm, relaxed boy. Yes, oh, you've got your muzzle off.
You're like a big teddy bear, aren't you?
Yeah, you're a big teddy. Yeah. So has this boy had any interest?
He gets some interest. I think, again, being walked muzzled does put a lot of people off,
of course,
unfortunately.
there's that bit of stigma,
Yeah, but it's in place to protect him, so that's what we do it for. But the right family will come along eventually.
I'm feeling really grateful for all the people that work so hard at rescue centres like this, and the dedication is so important in order to get these dogs the perfect forever home. You don't want them bouncing backwards and forwards like a boomerang. You want to make sure you get it right. So you have to be honest about the dog And in Brogue's case, he's just shown a few sensitivities, a few bits of reactiveness, which would mean maybe he's not the best dog for a family with kids. Maybe he's not the best first dog. He needs someone who's experienced, is used to dealing with a bigger dog, and maybe a dog that has to wear a muzzle and the stigma that comes with that. But that will end up meaning that this dog goes from this wonderful place to a loving home. So I think it's so important to be honest about the dog and also honest about you as an owner. If you're lazy, go for a lazy dog. If you're an energetic person, go for an energetic dog. If you've got a small house, don't get a massive dog. It's all common sense stuff that makes sure that these dogs do end up with a beautiful and perfectly suited forever home.
It's sad to think that one of the reasons Brogue has been overlooked by potential adopters is simply down to him wearing a muzzle and the misconceptions and stigma that come with this. And the same is true for Guist, a beautiful German Shepherd who is another long-term muzzle-wearing resident, also being overlooked.
So he wears a muzzle because he gets really conflicted around other dogs. So he will bark and react at dogs, typical German Shepherd.
Yeah.
And when he meets them, he gets really worried. So it's just to help him not make any bad choices. So we're protecting him. So he's very happy wearing his muzzle. He absolutely loves it. And he's got one of the larger muzzles that gives him a lot of space. And he can take treats through it.
And he's fine with people then. It's not because he's concerned about
nothing to do with people. He's a little bit too over-friendly with people.
Right. Okay, well, we look forward, we can cope with that, can't we, Chris?
He's really friendly with people. Just, not very good with dogs.
How are you? Hello. Whoa. Hey. How are you?
Hello, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, he's so handsome.
Oh God, you can smell the trees.
There's a hole in the front of the muzzle, especially for treats.
Here you go.
Do you like sit?
Oh, good boy.
Wait. Very excited. Very excited. Oh, you are just
beautiful.
so fluffy. Friendly too.
These muzzles are really good as well. They're called Muzzle Movement muzzles.
Do you know what I like as well? That it's a fluorescent muzzle. It kind of makes it a bit fun, a bit less ominous or menacing, you know? Because normally they're black. So I think it sort of just softens it and maybe makes you think twice about why it's there. You think immediately when you see a muzzle, aggressive dog. And in this case, as you say, it's just helping him not make bad choices. I love that. I love that.
He's just struggling in kennels. We do get a lot of German Shepherds that come through.
Really?
And actually German Shepherds don't cope very well in kennels because they want to be with people all the time. And they tend to be a little bit dog reactive. And actually for Guist, because he's a bit worried of meeting other dogs, being stuck in a kennel, unfortunately where he's got dogs next door, it can be really scary for him.
It must be really difficult for you as sort of dog carers to sometimes go, you're bringing animals into a centre because they need your help, but actually that help doesn't always help them. That's really tricky to navigate, isn't it?
It's really frustrating for us knowing that actually a lot of the dog's behaviours could be better just in a home, and that's the reason that people don't take them home, is because they show these behaviours, but actually once they go home they might not. So if, for example, Guist, he's a really, really sweet boy, he's really sweet people, in a home where he's in a better headspace to think, he's not stressed in kennels, he's around people all the time, he's got that bond with people, his training would come on a lot quicker, and he would be a much happier dog, and then he would learn not to bark at dogs as much. He might always be reactive because it's now a learnt behaviour, but it could definitely calm down a little bit in the right environment, in the right home.
So do you mind if Quinn and I take him for a little walk?
Yeah, do you want, if I attach on at a second lead, and then as long as you're always holding then we can help you both.
Yeah, of course. Do you want to do that, Quinn? We'll take him on together.
Guist and Brogue are both such brilliant dogs, and I'm really hopeful that the right family will fall in love with them.
Come on, guys!
Let's go! Let's go!
Come on,
It's good. It's like having a husky. We just need a sled. Hello, buddy. Yes, you're so good.
The misconception that all dogs who wear muzzles are aggressive or have been aggressive is preventing them from finding forever homes.
Oh, yes! You're having a fun time.
It also has a real impact when they're adopted and being walked in public. And I know this from my friend Ali and her one-eyed dog Rita.
Hello, baby. Hello, my love.
Who's come in today for her annual vaccinations.
How are you doing? Hi. Yeah, she's a lover of people.
This is Rita.
Yes.
We don't really know what she is. Bits of this and bits of that.
She is.
Yes. But very, very beautiful girl, aren't you? Yes. Your mummy took you because no one else would take you, would they?
That's pretty much it, yes.
Pretty much.
So she was rescue?
Yeah, I volunteered in rescue, and she came in with her mum. The whole litter came in. Her mum had been abused.
Oh,
So
bless
she
her.
grew up in kennels, and the one eye thing, the size of the dog, she kind of got left behind. So I think if I hadn't taken her, she might not have made it out of rescue. So she came home with me.
Looks like she found the perfect owner.
Well, I hope so.
Yes.
I'm the perfect vet.
Ooh, first consult. How
I
exciting.
know.
Hi, baby. Hi. Mwah. How are you? Lovely to see you. Eh? Yeah. So look, so any concerns you've got at all?
Yeah, no concerns. Just vaccinations, kennel cough, the usual annual thing, and general health check.
Good, lovely, strong, slow heartbeat. So how are you finding the stigma associated with walking a dog on a high street wearing a muzzle? People that would cross the street. It shouldn't be upsetting, but it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It just kind of bothered me that I think,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
my dog's lovely.
Yeah.
All she wants to do is meet and greet people.
Yeah.
You know, her favourite day is Friday when the bin men are out.
Oh.
Because they don't seem to be too scared of her at all. She's really people orientated, and people will obviously veer away from it, which then makes it look worse, because then she'll go, oh, I'll move towards that person.
Right.
And she's muzzled. People will make the assumption. I can understand why they make that assumption, you know, especially if they're not in the dog world. It's not nice, is it, when people make an assumption about anything?
Well, yes, assumption makes an ass out of you and me.
Oh.
Have you ever heard that one? Well, it's true. It's true. And, you know,
It is true.
don't judge a book by its cover.
All of that. The pink has helped enormously.
Oh, really? Just by her wearing pink rather than wearing black,
Yeah.
which obviously is slimming. It's a shame because it might make it look smaller. But wearing pink has made a big difference to
Huge.
people's perception.
So
That's amazing.
I mean, she used to wear the standard black one that probably makes her look, well, it clearly does make her look intimidating and ferocious, or whatever it is that people are assuming. The pink, I mean, she didn't even used to have a pink harness, but I went full pink. And the day it all went on, it was noticeable, people's attitudes.
Which is funny because of all the people I would have thought of that would be into pink, not you.
I don't own anything pink.
No surprise.
all.
I own more pink stuff than you do.
Absolutely. Well, if you own one thing, you own more than I do. I've resisted pink my entire life, and now look at me.
You got a dog smothered in it.
I'd go full on, because it has made a difference.
Because she hasn't actually done
she's
anything.
never done anything.
No. But the only reason that she's wearing a muzzle is not because she's an aggressive dog, but actually to protect her from what might be an unfortunate situation that occurs in the park.
She doesn't have to wear it by law. She's not banned breed in any way. I wear it because I'm aware that should anything ever happen, you know, it happens between dogs. So she would be the one that was accused of doing wrong, even if she didn't start it.
Yeah.
And the consequences for that are huge. My dog would probably have to put to sleep. And I can avoid all that by, you know...
A bright pink muzzle.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you? That's
She
just
is
mummy being
also
responsible.
a massive scarfer. So I originally muzzle trained her because she eats everything. Well, you know that because she
Yes.
spent 6 days on the drip.
Yeah.
And we still don't know what she ate.
Yeah.
It was toxic then. So I originally muzzle trained her to stop her eating all the crap that she'd find out
I
about.
recommend that all the time.
I think most people with bull breeds will tell you that they're big softies.
Yeah. Oh, and she is. Absolutely.
Take a
Sorry. Just hold a little head to me there. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. What a rude thing I've just done. I'm so sorry. Good girl. Yeah, good puppy. Yeah, good big puppy. No. What am I doing back here? I know. Taking
It's
a
a long
temperature.
way back,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Oh my God, I've never had that happen before.
She's
You've
quite
turned yourself
long.
into like a croissant. Dog croissant.
She's unbelievable. She curls up like a cat. She takes up the smallest space.
Very bendy. Good stuff. Temperature's absolutely fine, so that's fine. No problems at all. Oh, she's a puppy. She is. She's so clever. Rudy, and then we cover the one eye, and then I go squirt. Now boy.
that was easy.
She's a pup. I actually saw some of these muzzles being used when I was at the Dogs Trust with Quinn and I rescuing Mango, and they're such a well-designed bit of kit. And
Yeah, the muzzle movement. When it was apparent she was going to be wearing one all the time, and the black one was clearly intimidating people, you just start doing your research.
And is she comfortable in it? Is she happy?
Yeah, I think she's really happy in it. I mean, I think there's a bit of a sadness when you put a dog in any muzzle, you think, I'm really sorry, but she wears it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, she's not forced into it just to come to the vet, which I think happens to some dogs, and then they're like, that's another stress. She wears it all the time. She's a very good girl.
You're a good girl. Mwah. You look so pretty. Yes, you do. You look very pretty.
Rita and Guist Muzzles are both from a company called the Muzzle Movement, who are actively trying to change attitudes towards muzzles by making them look good and feel good to wear. I reach out to Clara, who founded the business inspired by her work with the Dogs Trust, and she's invited me to their warehouse to have a look.
The idea for the Muzzle Movement was kind of born from wanting to provide a muzzle to my own dog that would allow him to drink, pant, eat and take treats. And working in rescue, I was working with so many dogs that were going in different stages of muzzle training and wanting to get them a muzzle that was going to be comfortable and safe. I came up with an idea, I shared it with the public, not thinking that we would, ever be where we are now. And they loved it, so it just took off from there. I started from my spare bedroom at home, working around rescue, so I was at rescue, 8 till 6 p.m. I'd come home, eat, and then I'd be doing this until midnight and do the same thing over again. And now, we're in a warehouse for a team of 12. This team is so phenomenal, and they've got so much experience with rescues. I worked within the Dogs Trust for 6 years. So I started off on kennels and I sort of worked my way all the way up to Senior Training and Behaviour Advisor, which is where I was supporting the 7 South East centres with the most challenging dogs in their care. I think for us, we want to make sure that the dogs that are in rescue aren't in rescue long, and some of those dogs need a muzzle to go home. It's really difficult because you want these dogs to find the most perfect home, but quite often the muzzle was putting these adopters off before they'd even got a chance to know the dog. We would actually hold off putting photos of the dog wearing a muzzle on the web because we knew that if the public saw a dog wearing a muzzle on, a rehoming profile, they wouldn't want to rehome that dog just based on it wearing a muzzle. And that would be a conversation we would have over the phone so we could justify to the potential adopters why that muzzle was so important. I think that's slowly changing and that we are trying to be more upfront and open because the conversations around muzzles are changing. A lot of the misconceptions that I've experienced firsthand would be things like that dog is mean or nasty or aggressive or naughty or untrained. There's so many different reasons dogs wear muzzles outside of aggressive behaviour. It might be that that dog is wearing a muzzle because it plays too rough with its mates. It might pick up items off the floor. It might just be training in case of emergency. You can't tell when you see a dog out in public why that dog's wearing a muzzle, and I think that's why it's so important not to judge that dog or that human because you just don't know. A really big thing that we try to do is make sure that everybody is educated about why dogs might be muzzled, so that hopefully in the future if they do see a muzzled dog, whether it's a rehoming profile or out in public, instead of that sort of knee-jerk judgment, instead they sort of question actually why is that dog wearing a muzzle and what a responsible thing for that person to do. The dogs that are wearing muzzles aren't scary dogs. They're not mean, they're not nasty. They are dogs that are just trying to navigate life in the best way that they can. So we really wanted to make sure that muzzles looked different because the dogs that are wearing them don't deserve to be labelled as scary.
Hi Clara, how are you? Good to
Hello,
see you.
hi.
Hi,
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Look at all the muzzles. I love the colours that you've decided to dream up for these muzzles.
Thank you.
This is not the first time I've seen them because my friend Ali has got her dog Rita, who's a one-eyed bull breed dog.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine with people. A little bit dog reactive at times, but nothing ever has happened. But Ali got ahead of the game by starting to muzzle, but then very quickly noticed that there was a stigma around dogs with muzzles.
Yeah.
Have you sort of seen
Experienced
that and experienced it?
So I had a dog previously that was muzzled at all times in public, and we actually did have people that came up to us and said, that dog shouldn't be out, or keep that dog away. We were going down steps on holiday in Cornwall and someone screamed. and they ran when they saw him with his muzzle on. So we've had that sort of negative.
It's heartbreaking, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so disheartening when you know that you're doing the right thing for your dog, and you know that your dog is safer with a muzzle on.
And you're being responsible too.
Yeah, to get that feedback and then feel like maybe I shouldn't walk them in these places where other people are. And it's really easy to fall into a trap of like, oh, I just hide them away, because there's this like shame associated. So I think that's a huge part of what we tried to do from the beginning, was take all of that away and show that actually muzzles can be like a fun accessory that doesn't impact the dog's welfare and just enables them to live a happy, fulfilling life.
Like for me as a vet, I never just treat my patient, I always treat the person at the end of the lead, or the one holding the basket.
Yeah.
And what you've done here is given those people their joy back. They've given their dog back in a lot of ways, because their dog's free, their dog's happier, and then so are they, I'm sure.
Yeah.
What I'd love to do, if it's okay, is Rita's muzzle movement muzzle is a little used, a little worn. So I just wondered, she's gone for pink, even though Ali is not a pink person, and I don't know if Rita is either. So I wonder if maybe I could make a bespoke one for my friend. Would that be all right?
Let's go. Cool. Let's go. So, we're going to make a muzzle.
Oh, look very pretty. Now, for my friend Ali, her dog Rita is a Harry Plus.
Yes.
Which obviously you understand, I don't. What does Harry mean?
So we chose not to name our sizes numbers or after breeds. We didn't name them after breeds because there's so much variability within breeds.
Yeah. So Harry was a dog then?
Yes, so we named them after dogs that us or our team have cared for in rescue. So Harry was a large bully breed that had stranger danger, so he was really uncomfortable around unfamiliar people, and veterinary handling was really, really challenging. So yeah, it was named after him. Nice. All of their stories are up on our website, and every new size we vote as a team which dog we want to dedicate this size to.
They're all based on rescue dogs?
Every single one.
God, I'm falling more and more in love with you as we go, Clara. This is amazing. Right now, what I would say is that my friend Ali is not a girly girl, and yet has thrust this unit of a dog into a very pink outfit, which I'm not sure is befitting to her or Ali. I know why she did it. I know why you've designed it.
Yeah.
I might pull away from the pink.
Cool.
So there's so many different colors, aren't they? They're amazing. And then once you've customized it with everything else, how many options are there?
So there's over 2,000 different variants. So we've got all of these different basket colors and then 20 different strap colors, and you can customize all the hardware. So yeah, there's so many different options. Everybody can have a muzzle that's kind of personalized to their dog.
Yeah. I can sort of see your taste coming through here. You're a pastels kind of gal.
Yeah.
I can tell.
The whole team is. Yeah.
Funnily enough, I'm not so pastely. I'd probably, if I think I like this one.
Yeah.
I mean, I like orange anyway. Yeah. And my mango is wearing all orange at the moment, so I think him and her matching would be quite cool.
Yeah. Orange is a really popular colour because it's really visible from a distance.
Yes.
So if you want people to know your dog's muzzled without having to come too close, orange is what people pick.
Yeah, that's very clever thinking.
Shall we go have a look at the strap colours?
Yeah, absolutely.
Brill. So do you want to stick with the orange theme, or do you want a different contrasting colour?
Oh, pressure. I don't know, and I also feel I'm going to be judged by all these girls that put these, they put the muzzles together all day, and they're going to go, that's awful. I just know that's what they're going to be thinking. They're going to smile and be nice about it, but I can tell. See, and also like now I look at that, go like, oh, because that's a sort of certain shade, like, will it go with some of the others? Oh.
Let's see.
And Ali is such a harsh critic as well, so like, oh no. I mean, and what I kind of want to do is, because Ali would hate that, absolutely hate it, which makes me want to get it.
Yeah, blue is quite a popular one.
Just look at her faces. Oh,
that one's one of my favourites.
She immediately gagged.
No, that's one of my favourites.
Oh.
Ignore them.
Okay. She's the boss. I'm gonna. Oh, okay. So I've got the wrong. I didn't even know what I pulled out there. Sorry.
So these are nose bands.
Okay.
So you can have a little look, see what colour you'd like.
So they're my options.
Well, There's loads more. I just tried to keep it a bit easier for you. But these two are the most popular with orange. Yeah,
Really?
orange and orange.
It's sort of a bit denim on denim,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I agree.
Isn't it a faux pas? I
Yeah.
think so.
And then there's people that go with the brown and
see,
orange, a bit understated.
I would go for that, but just I think
Ali's
it's a
a no.
bit more blokey. But oh look, we got see, that sounds good. That sounds a bit classy.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that is.
And then,
we've
there's
got the
that
purple.
one.
That's very Scooby-Doo, I fear.
See, you've said it. I love Scooby-Doo. Well, I look like Fred.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's very Scooby-Doo.
I mean, that's not bad, is it?
Yeah.
Because I like that, but I think maybe is that just because I
Classic,
like it?
Understated.
Yeah.
I think it does depend what you want from a muzzle as to what colours you pick. Like you said with Ali picking a pink muzzle,
Yeah.
she wants to be approachable. There are lots of people that don't want people to approach their dogs in muzzles, and they might pick orange and red so that it's like, no, don't
Almost
come
like
near.
in nature, that sense of
Exactly.
it being stay away,
Yeah.
I'm dangerous.
That's it.
Okay.
So it depends if you have a dog that you want to be approached.
I feel then I do want to soften it with
Yeah.
that in mind.
That's it.
I think it looks lovely, I think. And I think Ali won't hate it. And actually, you know what? I must say from my friend is that she has put her dog ahead of herself by going for the pink. So actually maybe just not being mean to her. I might
options.
I might go with understated.
Yeah.
There you go, see Ali.
Perfect.
Mwah, love you.
Oh.
Right. Okay, so what are we doing now?
Okay, so now we need to decide whether Ali would like a buckle fastening or a quick clip. Could you pass me a
I'm sorry,
buckle and
what?
a quick clip? I'll show you.
Okay.
This is called a quick release clip, which is
Oh,
where
yes.
you can clip it quickly
Handy.
and do it up quickly.
Yes.
This is your typical buckle style fastening. So do you have a preference?
Okay, I'm going to go for that one, I think, please.
Perfect.
Yes.
So we get this piece and then we get the long strap piece.
See, I think this is going to look really good.
So this is your basic muzzle. So that's your
Okay.
sort of like standard muzzle.
Yeah.
Now, would your friend like any extra accessories, so like head straps, chin straps, anything that keeps the muzzle on more secure?
I mean, she's quite boisterous. She's
Okay.
still quite young.
Yeah.
She's still got a bit of growing to do, even though she's already gargantuan. So I suppose, what would you suggest?
Yeah. So I think for a dog that is quite boisterous and a bit rough with the muzzle, we probably would get an additional strap under the chin.
Yeah.
That will just mean that it helps keep the muzzle on the face when they're running, rolling, jumping.
Yeah.
So now we need to pick a hardware colour.
Right. Well, I think
So-
I'm pretty clear. It's got to be brass, isn't it?
The team have
It's-
spoken.
I may have had some help there. But at the same time, okay, is that I do see how that would go with that
Yeah.
and that. I think that that's all going to look pretty nice. It's
Team.
all handmade,
Yeah.
which is lovely. Just adds that
Yeah.
extra bit of sort of personal service.
Yeah, so assembling all the straps has been done by this team in this
Yeah.
building. So every muzzle that goes out, these guys have, built from scratch.
Yeah.
So it means that, we kind of feel like when we see them out in the wild or people come and find us at events with them on, we're like, oh, we made that.
Yeah.
Like, our hands did that.
Yeah, well,
It's
it's
really
lots
cool.
of care and attention, not only in the construction, but also in the ethos, because you all care about dogs that just need
Yeah.
this little bit of a helping hand.
Which I think is why we take such pride in them. We want to make sure that they're going out exactly how the customer wants them.
Well, it shows, although I'm not sure this is exactly the way this customer wants them, but it's the way I've decided to design
Yeah.
it. So there you go. Yes. Oh, see,
Yeah.
that looks good.
So-
that looks really classy. I mean, you should have you on your design team, possibly.
They
Just saying.
picked. They're on the design team. So we're going to pop the noseband on. There we go.
Oh, yeah, this is coming together. I know that a lot of the inspiration for your work has come from your work in rescue. That must mean a lot to you that you're helping rescue animals and the owners that decide to take them on.
Yeah, we as a team, our whole team has got over 80 years of experience working in rescue. So being able to give back to rescue organisations is a huge part of what makes this so enjoyable for us, either with donating the muzzles or going and helping their behaviour teams understand more about muzzle training and fit. So it's nice to be a part of the same machine but a different cog.
And at the same time, I'm sure that this work is meaning that more dogs have the chance to be finding their forever homes, and that's actually reducing the pressure on the rescue sector.
That's it. So when you have a muzzle that's really comfortable, muzzle training becomes easier. So when muzzle training is easier, the dog can get home quicker. Even though it's so silly, I think we've overlooked the way that muzzles fit for such a long time. We've just sort of fallen in the trap of, well, that's just how it is, that's how it will always be. So the difference that having a muzzle that allows a dog to be comfortably a dog makes a big difference on that dog's emotional well-being.
It's powerful.
Okay.
Watch out.
So you just need to twist that bit round
Twist
here.
that bit round there.
And
okay.
then...
Oh gosh. There we go. Oh God, I've got all the people watching now. It's stressful. Okay, so in it goes. There we go. Oh my God.
Not sure I should give up my day job just yet.
They're much better at
So
getting it
I
in there.
find you have to twist it slightly with your thumb first and then tighten it with a screwdriver.
Okay.
So this is week 3 of new starters. This isn't day 1.
I feel like I need to be able to stick it surgery, I think. We'll make this happen. There we go. So I'm such a perfectionist. I'm like, oh, I think it needs to be just ever so, like a third of a turn. More firm.
You want it to be secure? There you go.
That looks great.
Yeah.
That looks really classy. I think it still a touch feminine.
Yeah.
But also because she's a slight brindle, she's like a light brindle colour. I think it's going to really, really suit her. Oh, thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Look at that. That's
Yay.
great. I love it. Well, do you know what? If you're watching this is now called the Rita, because she is a rescue dog, and I said so. So I know that you've designed these with a lot of features to kind of look after dogs.
That's it, yeah. So when we were designing them, we wanted to make sure that the key point was this treat hole at the front here. So what I was finding with my own dog at home was that when I was delivering food, he was finding that really frustrating, which was impacting my ability to work on the things that we were trying to work on, like his interactions with people.
Yeah, reinforcing the positive things.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure it was really easy to be able to feed the dog through so that they can continue to have a good time. And then we wanted to make sure, secondly, that dogs had the space to be able to pant. So if dogs can't pant in a muzzle, they can't regulate their body temperature in the same way.
And then they get anxious.
Exactly.
And then we lose the argument.
That's it, exactly. And also they're not able to regulate their temperature, so they can overheat.
Yeah.
If the muzzles are clamping their mouth closed, they're losing some of that autonomy that's really important to them.
And I suppose that being that you're dealing with mostly bull breeds, a lot of them have the shortened rostrum, the shortened nose, and as a result, they are going to be more respiratorily compromised.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good. God, you thought of everything.
We tried.
Well, thank you so much for hosting me and showing me around,
thank you.
and for all the brilliant work that you've done.
Thank you.
Really chuffed for you. It's lovely to see a young female entrepreneur doing a great
you.
job and supporting rescue. So well done.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me. Can I have a muzzle?
Yes. Help yourself.
See ya.
See you.
Bye, guys. There you go. What an inspirational young lady Clara is, and to go from a passion project that you're doing in your bedroom to a warehouse all of your own, it's impressive, isn't it? But what I love the most is that it's given a solution to many of you out there that are struggling with a problem, which is that stigma attached with dogs wearing muzzles. And we know that they wear them for lots of different things. And to soften them, to make them ergonomically designed for your dog, and to make them fun but practical, it's the perfect solution for every dog owner out there. For a lot of dogs that are struggling going outdoors, it's a lovely product with a big heart behind it.
It's been a week since my visit to the Muzzle Movement, and I'm meeting up with Ali and Rita to give them their present. Hope they like my design choice.
Yeah, so you don't jump. Oh, look, they're going to do a dance. So I've got a present for you. Well, it's not for you. It's actually for Rita. Because really? I went up and saw Clara at the Muzzle Movement. It was absolutely amazing. What a great bunch of animal lovers they are. I know that pink isn't your colour. Like, we're good friends. I know that pink isn't you.
No, and I've forgotten the pink one today. This is the emergency car one.
Whilst I was there and talking to those amazing people who just massively care about dogs, I thought, well, I'm going to actually design a muzzle that's a bit more in keeping with you, I think. Yes.
Okay.
So we'll have to change the lead and the harness and everything else. I didn't get that far.
Okay, so we need a whole new matching outfit.
But like, hopefully you like this one.
Oh, wow.
So there you go. I got a little bit of help with the design.
Did you?
But I just think that's more her, and you know, so it goes with the colouring. And I think if we got a lovely leather lead,
oh, yeah, you
know, and maybe yellow, you know, so just a bit more matching with mango too.
Yeah. would all be coordinated in shades of autumn.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, Scott, that's awesome.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Thank you
No
so
worries.
much.
You're very, very welcome.
Because they are so much better. I can feed her so much better through these. She
Yeah.
can drink so much better through these.
Yeah, and they've just
pants
sort of...
even. I mean, they're massive, but they are really good for the dog compared to the ones she's wearing where she can't drink as easily or, yawn.
There
Shall
we
we
go.
try it on?
Come on then. Good girl.
Right then.
Good girl.
Good job.
That's it. Well
So
done.
you know that you should always make it a positive experience with something new.
Yes.
Yeah, so we've got loads of treats.
Oh, yeah. I did go for a classic clasp rather than a sort of quick one.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
think
sure
this
if
is
that's...
better. No,
Yes.
and I was just looking at that and going, I think that's going to be better for her than the one I've got.
So, what do you think? I think it really suits
I think
her.
it does really suit her. The colour's much better than the pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never liked the pink, did we?
I think it really suits her colouring as well, so I'm very
Yeah,
happy with that. And a bit more you.
I'm definitely more me. And I'm just delighted because all I want is people to see it before they see her and then they
Yes.
just give her a bit of space.
Yes.
Isn't that? No, I really like the bit underneath.
Yeah.
Baby girl.
Girl.
I know.
Oh, good girl. There you go.
It's the game we play through
Got
the
some
muzzle.
new fashion.
Yeah, good girl.
Girl.
Love it.
I love.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I love what this company do because they really are, putting welfare first, and they realise that these big dogs, they are powerful, and sometimes they are maligned for reasons that aren't fair. And we know that Rita's never hurt a fly, but she's got the one eye. She's incredibly strong.
When she gets blindsided with the blind eye, she can sometimes react really quickly. That scares me a little bit, but it certainly scares the other dog owner quite often. She's never done anything, but I just want to protect her.
But for now, she looks incredibly fashionable,
I
and
love
I've
it.
become a dog fashion designer.
It's much better to... Well, let's not push it.
Yeah. I think I'll stick to being a
You probably
vet.
had a lot of help.
I did, rather. I did. All right, should we go for a walk?
Yeah, let's go.
Come on then, baby. Let's go. Let's show
Go
off your
see
new
Maggie.
gear.
I know.
Good girl.
I think it's great. Loving that chin strap.
So guys, if you want to find out all about the wonderful people at the Muzzle Movement, then just check out the link below. And while you're there, why not? Give us a like, subscribe our wonderful channel, Rescue Vet, to help me help more rescues and rescue animals here on Rescue Vet. Bye for now.